know about it, bitch, you know it now. Say you gotta hear it from the goat mouth. That's that, go talk, that's that, go talk.
But how was your day? How are y'all doing?
So far, so good. How about you?
I'm doing good. I'm not outside in the cold today, so I can't complain.
I know.
Y'all got snow down there?
Got like 2 inches, but it's colder than a hooker's heartbeat right now.
Sorry about ya.
Right, exactly. It's like -11 over there, huh?
No, it's like 9 degrees outside, but it's supposed to be like negative when the sun set.
Ooh.
No, thank you. I don't miss that.
Mm.
The only reason why I deal with it is so I can make people who ain't from here move right the fuck back out. So when it gets real, real cold, if you ain't built for tough, you got to get out of Colorado.
Crazy. I can't do it. I'm so acclimated to the weather here that anything under 70 degrees is cold.
Literally.
Yeah, I'm
Right? Like, and that's how I know who's out of town because, like, 70 degrees, I'm in shorts and a t shirt. And people who ain't from here, 70 degrees, they're in a bubble up jacket with some thermals on.
right?
Like, what is wrong with you, dog? Like, it don't get cold around here till it hit like 50 something. And even in 55, we out here in these streets.
Yeah. It's just that's the way that it is when you get acclimated to heat. Once you feel that little bit of cold, you're like, I cannot. All right, well, let's go ahead and get started. You have tuned in to another episode of Goat Talk with your Capricorn twins, Indy and
Chaketa.
And today we have for you a very special guest. He goes by Mr. No Chill. He doesn't want us to tell y'all his government name, so we ain't gonna do that. And we are actually going to be talking about growth after divorce today.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think that's cool because Tori and I actually were married at one point, and we are no longer married. And Chaketa is actually still married. She's married.
No, this is my second marriage.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
So y'all been together for so long. I don't even count the other one. I don't even think
I don't really count it either, but I got some wisdom from it, so I can't discard that.
That was like your rookie contract.
All of us.
Exactly.
That was your rookie contract. So you didn't always get the best rookie contract. So you lived out your contract, fulfilled your duties, and now you with a new team. So
Absolutely. I like that analogy.
Yeah. I love it. All right. So
when did y'all get married? When did y'all get married? What age?
I got married in 2010. So I was about 25, 24 when I got married.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up marrying my high school sweetheart.
Okay.
So we were together, like the relationship overall was like for like 11 and a half years. And we signed divorce papers in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay.
That was also because I was on the run. Yeah, no. Well, when we split up, I told her off top I'm only getting married once. So it was blood in, blood out for me. And I refused to sign divorce papers for a while. She tried to serve me twice. On the third time, I was like, you know what? I'll sign these.
Okay. Sound like you got a nice story there.
So
what about you, Andy?
Why was it hard for you to sign the papers? What was it that made you reluctant to sign them?
Because I didn't want more than one baby's mama. That makes sense? I wanted one wife to have all my kids. I didn't want to be that stereotypical black dude who had like 3, 4 baby mamas and umpteenth kids. Nah, I was supposed to be one and done because I want to make one stop to pick all my kids up and one stop to drop all my kids off.
So do you think that it was like irreconcilable differences between you two and you guys just could not get back together and reconcile, or what was it that kept you guys separated for so long?
Okay, so it was a part where she was all in and I wasn't there, to transforming that I'm all in and she's not there. So we grew apart. Now, once upon a time, if you had asked me, would I get back with my ex-wife? I would have told you, fuck yeah. Would not even question it. Now, no. We're good. I like her over there away from me because she's not touching my stuff. Okay. She's not touching my stuff. She's not in my bubble. I don't have to deal with her. Like, our son is a teenager. He has his own phone. I don't have to call her. I call him. Right? But I do try to keep her looped in on anything I have planned with him, because I didn't want her to be making plans and I made plans and now he's stuck choosing which parent he wants to go with. It's an awkward situation. So because of her, and let me make sure I give her this credit, because of her, we have a relationship where we can be in the room at the same time, not argue, not fight, and not be disrespectful. So that I have to give credit where it's due, and that was something she fought for even after the relationship.
That's good.
That's real good.
Well, what about you, Indy?
When did I get married? Married in 2011.
Right after me.
Yep, 2011. I was actually pregnant with London. And I think I was like maybe 3 or 4 months pregnant. And then we got married at the Justice of the Peace. Because I wasn't about to continue with the pregnancy. I wasn't going to. Without being married, and I don't understand why I work backwards like that. Maybe it's just being, young and stupid, not thinking, but I didn't feel like it was the right situation for me, considering that I had already 2 kids out of wedlock by 2 different men. So I'm like, if I'm gonna have another kid, you're gonna lock me down and we're gonna do it the right way. So we got married in 2011. Our marriage lasted 6 years, and the rest is history. What about you, Chaketa?
I got married in 2005.
Damn.
Yeah, 2 years out of high school. I got married exactly 2 weeks after I had my daughter, so I was 9 months pregnant. We didn't go to the courthouse, but we got married at where did we get married? We got married at a steakhouse. We had a private room. We got married at a steakhouse. And we had food there. I had my baby exactly 2 weeks later. I got married on a Saturday, and exactly 2 Saturdays later, I had my baby girl. And he was a year older than me, but he went to Hinckley. He didn't go to Montbello. And by the time my daughter was 3 and my son was 1, It's just we grew apart. Like, first of all, I'm in my 20s, 23, and I'm bored.
Right.
Ooh,
I'm
Right.
ooh,
bored.
ooh.
You don't
I
want to do
understand
anything.
that.
We don't go on dates. We don't do nothing. So, and then I'm working with people who are single with no kids, and we go out and we have fun.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm in the streets having fun, not cheating
Yeah.
at that point, but I was having fun.
She was enjoying her life. I think
I
that's
was
around the time we
enjoying.
was hanging out too.
Yeah, it was. It
Yeah.
was. And so,
Ooh. Let me ask this question because I'm sorry to
okay.
cut you off, but I have a question. Okay,
Yeah.
so I got in trouble for this in my relationship. Okay,
Mhm.
so I was out with the boys. Okay, out with the boys, and sometimes I didn't make it home till like 4:30 in the morning, right?
Mhm.
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 And I got told those were single man hours.
And they
What
are.
time is single man hours beginning? Because all I'm saying is I'm with a bunch of jackasses doing jackassery. Okay. And the fact that I made it home at 4:30 means I snuck out. Okay. I snuck out and I probably should have waited because I've been at that time I was doing a lot of drinking. Okay.
Mhm.
Like a whole lot. I didn't think about sobering up. I was like, I got keys, I got gas, so I don't have to hear her mouth. I have to make it home. And it was a consistent. I made it in at 4:30. So what time does single man hour start for those of us men who are in a relationship so we don't get that smoke?
First of all, were your friends single or were they married too?
They weren't married. A lot of
Okay.
them in relationships. They were in relationships, some were single. And it was a good time. Like we started drinking, doing one thing, then another thing happened, then another thing happened, and boom, we're at Denny's at 5 o'clock in the morning.
I
Them are
just
single ones.
I think
That's
it
single.
depends on the conversation that you have with your spouse.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I also think that because some people might be comfortable with you coming home at 4 o'clock in the morning, and some people might not. And so I just think that's just a conversation that you should have with your spouse. And then if you guys do have problems, you got to assess like, why are we having this issue? Is it because maybe your friends are not trustworthy? Because even if you're married, you can be married to somebody and they still go out and cheat. You know what I mean? What kind of character are you hanging around? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That's influencing you, because it's easier to be around somebody that's bad and you fall into their negative ways. It's harder for you to be a positive person and a negative person to start to do right. You know what I mean? So if you're just the one that's always the one giving great advice, and you're around all these losers, your significant other might look at you a little way like, hold on, are you
4 or 5
really?
in the morning is single man hours
It is.
because
Period.
who's out there and what are you doing at that time in the morning? Even if you're just with the guys, like
We
It
were
number
is.
one,
drinking and then I stopped at Denny's because I was hungry. All right.
you
I
are being
had to get some
that's
food.
not being responsible. That's not
I
being a responsible father or a husband with
okay.
somebody who has family at home. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Or
so
did you
I
check
had
in?
to clear that ahead of time. Like
Did you check in? Like, did you at least check in?
I
Right.
checked in when I left, let her know when I got there, okay, and let her know it's about to be radio silence because the fuckery's about to begin, okay, and then entertained the fuckery, and then came home.
Okay, so do you see how you put that scenario? If
Mhm.
you told me that as a Capricorn woman, when you say fuckery, when I hear fuckery, that's what I'm going to be thinking. He's out there doing some fuckery at 4 o'clock in the morning with these
Mhm.
fools. So all you're doing is leaving things to my imagination to think something that's probably not even happening, and your fuckery is probably shooting dice somewhere in the alley.
Probably at some point in time that could have went down if somebody would have brought dice. But what if I brought you pancakes on the way home? Are you still as mad?
Did you call me to ask me if I wanted pancakes?
Right.
Nope.
Did you tell me what you were doing? Because you can't just bring me pancakes as a peace offering and think it's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
And don't nobody want to reheat no pancakes. They got to be fresh.
If I'm coming through the door with pancakes, it might be a bite or two missing because I ate some in the car on the way there. Okay, just letting you know. Like, at least I brought you pancakes. I could have came in.
I would be mad. I would be very upset. And you know what? That's something that my ex-husband would do. Like, he would always buy things that would benefit him too. So whenever he was like giving me a gift, it was never just something for me. It was something for us. And then it was not new. It had to been like a hand-me-down or, you know, something from the thrift store. Not saying anything, you know, negative about thrift stock shopping, but there's just certain things that I just don't thrift shop for, like electronics for one. You know, I'm not gonna go buy electronics from a thrift shop. You know what I mean? I'm just not doing that. I can't get a warranty on it. I can't get no. If I buy this $30, I'm out $30. I could have put that towards something. No, see, I'm just too like that.
Okay, fair. That's fair. You would need more details. But until sober me can talk, drunk me is going to hand you these pancakes and go to sleep. Okay, we can talk when sober me is able to finish sentences correctly. Okay.
Oh my goodness, this is hilarious. So
I
didn't start going out. When I first started, it was, you know, early, you know, 1:30. But the further I got into it, shit, I came home when I wanted to. Shit.
How long were you married before you started cheating?
We're not gonna call it cheating.
Well, yeah, okay, we're not gonna talk. We won't call it cheating then. When you, what should we call it then?
Already done. We were already done before.
Okay, well then seeing other people outside your.
I mean, we had already moved to another state for the most part.
Okay.
Let me give you a year. I would say like 4 years. We were married on paper from 2005 to 2011. So maybe like after year 4.
Okay.
So I was 24.
Yeah. And you were young getting married.
Mm-hmm. I got married because I was told to get married.
Me too.
Because I was pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
So it was you should care what people think, or you lay down with her. She's good enough to marry.
Yeah.
Ooh, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this question. Do you feel that it was the older generations applying pressure to being married? So it wasn't that you didn't want to be married. It was the fact that the elders felt that it should happen this way.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a little bit of both, because when we're little girls, we romanticize about our lives already. So a lot of us already have envisioned what we want in our lives. You know, we want to be married. We want to wear the big dress. We want to, you know, but nobody really tells us about the details that go into being a wife and what what your expectations are and what you should expect out of a marriage. You just see two people, or if you were blessed to have your parents, you just see them just trying to work it out. But a lot of times, you just don't know. Like I think that for me, because my culture was different, it was stipulated for me to be married. So when I had my son, when I was 16 years old, of course, that was outside of the norm in our culture. That's why I hid my pregnancy, because I was ashamed to bring a life in the world without being married. And then when I got pregnant with my second child, everybody wanted me to be married to the second baby's father. And we did. We worked out. He was a Virgo. We worked out really well. He just could not stop cheating. And I didn't want to put my health at risk dealing with him. So I cut it off. He still till this day, I know that he loves me, because he's the one that drove me here to Las Vegas to our safety.
I remember that conversation.
Yeah, exactly. So, but like, my family really wanted me to marry him. And regardless of the mess that he was doing, and they did not care about that. And it just put me in the mindset to think that these are the types of things that you guys were willing to deal with just to say that you're married and just to have somebody in your life. And I just didn't want to carry on with that same example, just because it's part of the culture. So I think for me, it was a little bit of the pressure from my family and me also wanting to be married as well. But I wanted a healthy relationship. I wanted something that I never saw before.
Oh, I have another
There was
question.
no want with me. I didn't, it wasn't something I was even thinking about. I was only 20 years old. I wasn't thinking about getting married. It was just something like, well, this is what you should do because this is what's happening. And then it's like, I've known the kid's dad since we were 12. We grew up literally right across the street from each other. So it's like, okay, it's my friend. I've known him forever. I love him. He ain't going nowhere. We're about to have kids. Okay.
You know what? I felt that
story. I think it's a cute
felt that
love
in my soul. Like, that made so much sense. Like,
story.
she ain't going nowhere. Like, I might as well. Like, me.
Oh.
Right? We like each other. Squad.
That's that young shit.
Right.
Not putting no forethought into anything.
I have another cold question for you. Or for you two. Are you guys ready?
Yep.
Do you feel that people in the community are teaching the next generation what it is to be a husband and wife?
No. Not a healthy one.
Mm.
And if there is, it's not
anything about that.
I think that our country is morally corrupt. We do not have a moral code in the United States. Everybody comes here and has their own way of doing things and has their own way of life, and there's no moral code. You can do whatever you want, say whatever you want, be the way that you want, and people have to accept that. You know what I mean? You go to other countries and they're so unified. Their customs, their traditions, they're so together. When it comes here, we don't have a moral code.
I agree with you to a certain extent.
I can't say there's really an example to a really healthy marriage, because every marriage has its problems.
I agree with you to a certain extent. I feel that people abuse the liberties that they have. And the people who abuse their liberties the most are the loudest. Like, for the best example I can give is, let's look at social media. Yes, you have the freedom of speech to say what you want. I won't argue that with anybody. But you also have to be able to deal with the consequence and repercussions of what you said. So, for example, if I jump on the internet and say all black women ain't shit, this, that, and the third, right?
Right.
I got to be able to handle the smoke I'm going to get from black women when they see me. That I did rub a lot of black
Absolutely.
women the wrong way. So if they come up and call me all out my
Mhm.
name and cuss me out, that is well deserved. I can't be like, you can't say that to me. I'm a private sit. No, 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 no. I open that door when I open my mouth to comment on some things. And I feel that people are not being held accountable. They're not used
I
to
was
being
just gonna
held
say that.
accountable.
I was just gonna say that. It's an accountability issue. We have an accountability issue. Period. We don't want to say that we're wrong. We don't want to feel like we're wrong, and I think that's wrong because how do you get better? I don't like when people try to project like they are just so perfect, like they've never had a mistake in the world. You know what I mean? Like it
Right.
just rubs me the wrong way because it's like there's no way unless you are a robot. Yeah, that you just went through life and that you're going through life, especially in this economy, you know, and everything is all hunky dory. No, I know for a fact. Every day, I don't care if you're the richest person on earth, every day is not going to be great.
That part. Also, people don't understand the grace of forgiveness.
Mhm.
Forgiving and letting go versus saying you forgive and keeping scores are different.
Yeah.
If I forgive you, I forgive you. I want us to move forward. But when I see you make the same mistakes, I'm going to call you out on it
Mhm.
because you shouldn't be making the same mistakes that we've talked about repeatedly. I wouldn't
Right.
be doing my job as a friend, as a father, as a brother, as a cousin if I forgave you, but I allow you to make the same mistake.
What do you,
There's
That's
a
what do you,
stipulation with that though, because I'm not going to keep beating a dead horse and you keep doing the same thing. I'm just going to distance myself from you or treat you accordingly or just let you to continue to hang yourself like with the children, young adults. I'm not going to keep telling you the same shit over and over again. I'm going to just let your ass let the universe handle you.
natural consequences.
yep.
Okay.
Exactly. You
I
can't get
gotta
in the
let
way
you
of somebody
experience
else's
natural
karma.
consequences.
Yes. Yes.
And okay, so full disclosure, I'm a custodian at a school. I'm in a high school and a middle school. And I be telling a lot of these teens, even my son, hey, you should probably stop doing that. Whatever it is, okay? And you should stop doing that and coming to school. If you do it after school, not my monkey, not my circus, be great, fam. Be great. But because you're in a school, you're drawing a whole lot more attention to yourself than you would know. Okay? Like, fun fact, in high school, smoke mad weed, right? So I know what a lot of these kids look like when they come through the hallway, eyes all glazed, right? You come to me asking me, Mister, you got any snacks? Yo, this is the third time you asked me that goddamn question. All right. I know you got the munchies. I know, right? Here, eat these bag of chips, sit in the back of class, shut the hell up. All right. Because if the deans get involved, I can't help you. No habla inglés. Okay. No comprende. Mm.
I mean, I think that's why they need people like you, like doing stuff like that. Seriously, because they're other folks don't know. They don't know how to relate to our children or our time. You know what I mean? And I bet you have the utmost respect from them kids too, don't you?
I do. I mean,
Mhm.
like my girl step team will step for me. Okay,
Yeah.
let one of them hear. So a student said something real reckless to me. They're pressing them. All right, and these
Right.
girls and like man, I almost wish I had a daughter, but I'm glad I don't have a daughter. Okay, because
What about your
these girls
daughters?
are mean. They are mean. The things I heard come out of their mouth
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Terrible.
Like, who hurt you? Why are you so angry? And you said that to somebody? I'm glad you didn't go to school when I went to school because I would have fought you. Okay,
Yes.
I would have had to lay these hands on you because I wouldn't have let that ride. Or I'm calling one of my cousins up to the school and you got a box.
That's funny.
So
Wow.
yeah, but also I do see that some of these first year teachers do be needing a person like me on the middle school side because I've walked into a classroom, students running amok, and I look at them. Right? It's that dad look. You know
That
that
Yeah.
dad
energy.
look. When your dad look at you like you better sit the fuck down, and he ain't say nothing. Just look at
Right.
you. Yeah,
Yeah.
I hit the classroom with that look, and the whole classroom get quiet.
Woo! I know that feeling all too well.
Right? The
I used
teacher
to
be
bitch.
looking at me. Thank you so much. Look, I got
Uh-huh.
you, but you got to get a backbone sooner or later because these kids will eat you alive. They smell
Well,
fear. I don't know
Yeah.
what it is about middle school kids, but they smell fear in teachers. And if they know they can punk you, they're gonna punk you. They're
they
gonna
live
do
and breathe for real.
right. They are built. These kids are built different. Okay, they do not care. Do
Yeah.
not care. Right. But a lot of them just need that one person to push back who ain't afraid of them. And
Right.
I ain't scared of you, little homie. I was born
Absolutely.
in the 80s. I seen some things. Okay. The movies I was allowed to watch as a kid would give you nightmares. Leave me alone.
Yes. For real. I was just telling my kids this morning about our upbringing and how every week it was always somebody either getting shot or killed. And it's nothing compared to what they experience here in the suburbs at all. I'm like, you see your friends that, come at the door for you. Like, for us, it was different. You know what I mean? Like, we were losing our friends. And I remember one thing that you said to me that will always stick to me till this day, that at one time, I don't even know if you know this, but at one time it had me really emotional because it made me think about like all the friends that we lost growing up. And you were like, I didn't think that you said I didn't think about credit, and I didn't really try to get the importance of credit because I didn't think that I would live long enough to even want to know or understand what credit is. And I'm like, damn,
That's that was a true statement. And
it was.
I would elaborate more on that to give a deeper context. Okay. So I was given this statistic at 16 years old. Okay. But the statistic still holds true today.
Mhm.
1 in 5 black men will die before the age of 21. 1 in 5 black men will end up in jail. 1 in 5 black men will end up in the grave. 1 in 5 black men will end up in a gang. Okay. So theoretically, only 1 out of 5 of us is supposed to make it.
Mhm.
20%. 20%. And I was like, did they ever factor in the kid who's not active in the streets, not on drugs, getting hit with a stray?
Yeah.
Because in that time period of the 90s and early 2000s, there was heavy gunplay
Yes.
in the city of Denver. Very
Yes.
heavy gunplay.
Mhm.
And because I was cool with a group of people who were active, but they were cool with me, they didn't make it. A lot of them.
Mhm.
A lot of them. People ended up counting calendars in a prison. People made it to the gravesite.
Yeah.
So I was like, why would I be blessed to not get touched past the age of 23? Why would I be blessed
Mm-hmm.
to continue living when there's so many people who look like me who are dying?
Mm-hmm. When did your mind shift from that? Like when did your mind shift from, okay, I'm still here. Okay, I need to get a grip on my finances and all that other stuff. I need to get married. I need to have family. When did that shift for you?
Um,
Or
I
even
knew, like parts of me knew I was going to be married.
mm-hmm.
Okay, so I knew I was. When did it happen? But I knew I would be married. Um, my mentality really started to change when I had my son.
Mm-hmm.
I at 23 having him, I was like, I made it past 21. I actually went to college. Um, I did more at the age of 21 than most people did in a lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
So having my son, I dedicated myself and not taking myself places where I wouldn't be able to take him.
Right.
So if 9 times out of 10, if I couldn't take him with me, I wasn't gonna go, because if it's not safe enough for my son, it's not safe enough for me.
Got you.
Even with the heathens, if I was with the heathens, they were men I trusted with my son.
No. Just don't
So
just put it
if
away.
something happened to me, I knew they would protect my son with their life. So, but as I have taken trips around the sun, I've been trying to open my mentality to things and looking at a deeper way of learning,
Mm-hmm.
and trying to explain to the kids in my school and even to my son, you have to view things differently.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that this seems like a good ideal right now. I'm not even mad at you, because probably if I was your age, I'd be with the stuff too. Like, I'm all in. But I can't have you go down that path without giving you another viewpoint, because this is what
Mm-hmm.
they're showing you, the glory. Like, for example, Sexy Red, the glory of being ratchet.
Yeah.
But
There's no
don't
shame.
nobody ever explain the consequences that come with that ratchet.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Think about
it's a whole agenda because I mean everything like our society is shaped by the music that we listen to, the
Things that we
things that we
watch.
watch, you know? So if they're constantly feeding us this, the social norm is going to be that, you know? That's what it's going to be. Period. There's not going to be no shame because there was no shame when we came down here supposedly naked. We didn't have no clothes on. There was no shame then.
But I also feel that they use, when I say they, it's corporate fat cats. They use the black community to experiment what they can get away with, because you all remember when sagging your pants was culturally frowned upon, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ooh, you little heathen, you're sagging your pants. Ooh. But then a well-known fashion company designed some clothes that look like you're sagging your pants. Remember when, as kids, that little girls braid their hair and you put different colors in their hair so they can feel special? Like, ooh, you have pink hair and it matches your pink tennis shoes when you put your pink, right? Remember how they call that ghetto and
Yeah.
classlit? But now you look all throughout social media, there's all types of little girls with colored hair who are white, and now it's socially acceptable. Okay, remember when they talked about rap being a fad? Oh, it's not gonna last. But now you can't turn on the TV and listen to a commercial without a rap song from the 90s or the early 2000s.
Right. It's the human algorithm. They have to figure out a way. They have to figure out what it is that makes them money. And they make
I don't
money.
think they're figuring it out. I think they know. And so
Mhm.
what it is this is why bad shit gets blown up, is because when we get to talking about it online, sharing it, even if it's, oh my God, did you see this? You know,
Yeah.
to talk shit about it, they're
Mhm.
looking at data at the end
Yeah.
of the day. They're not looking at, I wouldn't even say necessarily color, but we know it does play a part. But at the end of the day, they're looking at the data. And then,
Mhm.
so if the negative shit is what's blowing up the data and it shows the most active, then they're just going to take that little bit, and they have the power to blow it up and to put the money behind it. So it's more, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, I don't like the motherfucking City Girls.
Mhm.
But guess what? Now they're on mainstream radio and everybody's singing their songs and it's a bop. And now they are who they are because the money was put behind them to share what everybody listens to, the
Yeah.
radio, you're on the internet, you're on the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And
So this
sometimes
Right.
is
it's not even organically. It's not. Sometimes it's not organically done either. You know. Sometimes
correct.
they'll pay for boost or whatever to get the listeners to listen. So it's
That's
not.
exactly what I'm saying.
Mhm.
Mhm.
It's crazy.
So this is
You
where
gotta
the
pay
accountability
to
part
play.
comes in, where you
Mhm.
have to be accountable to the things that you are consuming, and you
Mhm.
can't become a slave to those things.
Absolutely.
This is
Yep.
where self-awareness comes in, which people lack. But I feel like now we're in a time where people are becoming more self-aware. You have to pay attention to what you're paying attention to, so
Yes.
you cannot fall into those traps
Mhm.
and help push
I
those
feel like I'm
agendas
stuck in a
back.
loop because I stay listening to 90s rap music. Okay. Like I'm stuck in a
It's
genre.
nostalgic for
Okay.
you.
In an era. I am.
Okay.
I'm stuck in an era where I still wear hoodies and white t-shirts. That's all I have. Okay. White t-shirts and a hoodie. It makes me feel comfortable. Okay.
Okay.
And
Well, it works
yes,
for you.
yes, I know I'm an old man with nothing but hoodies and white tees, and I need to have a better collective wardrobe, okay, per se. But if I don't gotta dress up, I don't want to dress up. Let me have my hoodie and my white t-shirt
Mhm.
and be happy. Okay. Let me be
Mhm.
happy.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. It ain't hurt nobody.
Let me ask you this, Tori. What is it that's preventing you from finding love today? Because you
Ooh,
should,
finding love
with your
today.
mindset, with your mindset, how you talk, you're a great conversationalist. You have great conversation. There should be no reason why somebody ain't just like swooped you
Scooped you
up.
up yet.
What
Okay.
happened?
So boom. One, I don't leave the house unless I have to. So how's she gonna find me? Okay. I
Internet.
don't. If
We
I
talked
don't,
about that on our last
we did.
episode,
We-
episode 4. So y'all go back to episode 4. I think it was episode 4. episode
yes.
4.
So boom.
Hmm.
I don't really leave the house. All
Yeah.
right. And I stick to myself. Now,
Yeah.
as for me, not finding love is a multi-layered answer. Okay. One, I think that my soulmate might have been swallowed at birth. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Okay, I can't prove it yet. I don't have the scientific evidence,
Not.
but that's why I don't have my forever home.
He sounds like a dog, I swear, when you say that. I don't like when you say that, by the way. I don't like when you say my forever home. Like it just reminds me of like a sad dog that's just waiting for
Yeah,
somebody.
adopt me. Come get me from the kennel. Okay, come get me. All right, come
Because you
get
had a
me.
whole
I
wife. So
like
how are
belly
you looking for
rubs.
a
I like
forever
my
home?
chin being
Let me
scratched.
ask you
Okay,
this. What happened?
feed
Like,
me.
why did y'all even get a divorce? Why did the divorce even happen for
Okay.
you to be wanting a forever home at this point?
We started growing apart and our viewpoints differed and what
Okay.
we really wanted in a relationship. So we separated.
Mm-hmm.
I was a bitter baby dad. Let me own that. I was very bitter. But when we finally got divorced and I signed the paperwork, I actually apologized for like a couple years of bitter baby dadness. All right. Like I told
Mm-hmm.
her, hey, from 2012 to 2016, my bad. My bad. I
Only
was
four
really, really
years? That's not
emotional.
bad.
Damn.
That's not
Look,
bad at all.
look,
4 years
during
of
those
bitterness? That's not bad.
Look, all I'm saying is during those 4 years, your boy was rampant. Okay, I was rampant in these
What
streets.
what what were you doing that made you bitter or whatever?
Well,
What
I
did
You
you
don't.
wouldn't sign the divorce papers for one.
One, one is my heart was broken.
Okay.
Okay,
right?
and
Mm.
I felt like since you broke my heart, I should make your life a living hell. Okay,
Damn.
you scarred me. I need to make sure you're scarred, so you know, never,
Damn.
ever, ever, ever
Shit.
in your life play with my fucking emotions again.
He's an
That's
Aries,
it.
y'all. This is
Oh,
Aries
fuck.
energy.
Yeah, that's straight Aries energy.
Aries energy. He's a fire sign, and fire destroys. That's what he wanted for her.
I was willing to watch the whole earth burn just so she would know. Don't you ever, 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 ever in your life play with my emotions again,
Mm.
Damn, Corey.
and let you be an example for the next one. See what happened with her? Okay, don't you play with my emotions and don't be out here trying to play in my face.
Now see what happened to her. I immediately had like a vision of Cynthia from the Rugrats, a little doll with the messed up hair.
Yeah, yeah, facts. And to be fair, if you even ask my ex-wife, like there's moments where she can't stand my aura. Okay, not the side of
Mhm.
me, but my entire aura just disturbs her peace. Okay,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but we're able now to co-parent and put the boy first.
Yeah.
That is our
Mhm.
ultimate goal. Um, so even though she's my ex-wife, at one point in time, she was my best friend.
Yeah.
So I appreciate her because she took my last name. I appreciate her because she gave me a son with 10 toes, 10 fingers, 2 eyes. I appreciate her because I get my son when I want.
Mm.
I only have one child.
Yeah.
So I get my son when I want. Hell, she will drop him off if need be, whether she stop or not, because he done made her mad is a whole nother story. Um, she knows that if he really messed up and she has to utter these words, I will call your dad.
Mm-hmm.
She knows I will come around that corner with that vehicle on 2 wheels to make sure things get wrecking right. And I've told my son, me and your mom might argue this, that, and the third, whatever, but I still your mama and you'll respect her. And if I catch you disrespecting her, you're gonna run that fade with me.
You see, I think that's really noble of you because
Mhm.
even in your bitterness, you didn't allow your bitterness to come in between the relationship you had with your son, which is most important. You know, your son loves his mom, so
Yes,
you're not going to
he's a mama's
disrespect his
boy. Not even
mother.
gonna deny it.
Right,
He's a
exactly.
mama's boy.
Mhm.
Hmm. You guys did a great job not using him as a reason to fight or putting him in the middle of your mess and making him feel like he's just in the middle of something.
Right.
Like, would at times of us in our disagreement where he get caught in the middle, there were times, yes. But at this point in time, he would never have to pick that on his birthday what parent he's going to spend time with.
Right.
He
Mhm.
will never pick on Christmas which parent is he gonna spend the day with.
Mhm.
You don't have to pick that, bro. If your mom's going out of state on Christmas Eve or whatever, and I'm not, I'm gonna tell you to go.
Right.
Go, dog. I can't do it right now, but there's something popping over there. Go have fun with me. Bring me back a t-shirt. That's all I want. I'll holler
Yeah.
at you. But we have done a better job in communicating with each other in more recent years on what we have planned. So if she had told me that she's going to go see her dad in Kansas for Thanksgiving, cool. Or, hey, yo, I got family out on this side. Yo, let me ride with you. Just drive me off over here. I see you.
Do you guys still
Mhm.
have holidays together at all?
Unless I'm hosting a holiday thing, nah, she's got her family she got to go see, and I'm doing my own thing.
I
So,
think
but
you guys have the perfect co-parenting model relationship.
yes
For
and no, because I don't want her taint. Like, say if I do get a boo thing, right? I don't need her tainting my new boo thing. All
do you
right,
think that
like,
will
Why would
happen?
she do that though?
huh?
Why would she do that?
I don't know. Like, look, I have trust issues, okay, and
I
I'm
That's
not
a
trusting
mean,
you
you.
with the new
That's
chick.
a you
Okay,
thing. You probably
you
don't
can't
even
go
think
into
that
it.
guy
I
too.
will own it. That is a me thing. It's straight me thing. Okay,
Okay.
I don't need her dropping trade secrets. Okay, you over there snitching? What are you snitching
Don't be
for?
quiet,
You should
Tori.
have nothing to bitch about.
Right, exactly. You're
Look,
such a good guy. Like what can there
look. The
be?
things I've done in darkness will stay in darkness because the people I did those things with know to shut up. Okay,
I am
okay.
done with
Shh,
you.
shh, shh. I have a
I
rep to
cannot.
protect in these streets.
We got a reputation in these streets. So with
Oh,
Yeah.
all of that, what did you learn about yourself with your
From the
divorce?
breakup.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. One of the things I've learned is I have to communicate better.
Mm-hmm.
I have to stop bottling emotions in
Mm-hmm.
because I have a knack to bottle emotions in, and then there will come a point where that bottle pops.
mhm.
Where do you think
And
that
then
comes from?
that's just what I thought men were supposed to do and what I see men do in the family. We don't
Mm-hmm.
talk about our feelings, and that's on my mom and dad's side. Feelings? The hell you got feelings for? Okay, we got work to do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's a job to be done. Get it done. Ooh, you're sad. Is that going to pay the light bill? Nah, but you going to work will get your ass up and go. Okay.
With knowing that, do you
Cool.
feel like you do a good um do you feel like you are now more open to communication like with your son? So seeing that that's how you were raised, do you do a better job of communicating
I
feelings and things like that with your son?
think I'm doing an okay job, and but I
You do
also feel
better
like I
than
always
you.
do better. I always
Yeah.
feel like I can do better because at times I honestly feel like that dude don't hear one word I say. But
They're teenagers.
other
They don't.
times
They do.
he will say something back to me
That
that we
confirms
had a
that he was
conversation
listening.
about.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, so you're hearing some of the things I'm saying. Squad, okay, at least that's some of the things that I sprinkled and you picked up. So
Mhm.
it's not everything, but I got to take a win where it's a win.
And it'll never be everything. So you got
Yeah.
to have that understanding first and foremost. It'll never be everything because they have their own way of thinking, their own way of doing.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this is why you should always continue to talk, whether you think they hear you or not.
Yeah.
I've been really working on that, but I also understand how cocky that guy is. That guy is so damn cocky,
What's your
man.
son's love language?
Um, I do believe acts of service. I didn't ask him, but this is just what I observed from him. Acts of
Mhm.
service, words of affirmation, And I might want to sprinkle in the top 3 physical touch, because if he's like his dad, physical touch is going to be in the top 3. But we also have a thing is he got that from me, but I'll let you close, but don't always be too close, because I feel like you're up to something when you're too close. Okay. And if I let you hug me, I want you to know I'm in a real giving mood, or I really, really needed a hug. Thank you. Now get the hell out my bubble. Okay. That's too much affection right now.
That's how I feel too. Like I do feel like that with my kids when they get older. Because I said that in the last episode too. I feel like when you want to come close to me or something, is what do you want? Because it's always coupled with, "Mommy, can I have?" You know what I mean? It's not never like I just want to give you a hug because I love you.
Right.
No, like my son would
It's
pick
like
at me.
they do that, but for the majority of the time, I feel like it's
You're up to something.
yeah.
Yeah, I definitely do. Like, depending on how he tried to come smooth, like, yo, Pops, I'm just saying, yo, what the hell you want? Okay, so stop trying to lie to me. Okay. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. How much you
Boy,
want?
ain't even
What you
say
want it
nothing
for?
yet. He said, "Stop trying to lie to me." He ain't even say nothing yet. He just said, "Hey, Pops, stop trying to lie to me.
Look, I already know what you're coming
Don't
from.
even come here with the bullshit."
Because the boy is a politician. Okay.
Yeah, he got it from you.
The gift. He got the gift of gab, right?
Yeah.
Where he can sell ice to an Eskimo. Okay. Sell salt to the sea. Okay. This man can sell fire to a match. That man is good.
So
is
he probably does have words of affirmation is probably his love language. You might be able to connect with him with like, instead of like telling him what he does wrong first, highlight some of the things that he does right first, and then say, but what I think you could do a little bit better, instead of, you want to make it like it's his idea. You know what I mean? Don't make it like it's coming from your head. Say, "Hey, you know what? I love when you did X, Y, and Z, and you were smooth when you did X, Y, and Z. But what can make this a
I
little
give
bit
him.
smoother?
I
If I were
always
you,
give him
I don't
options.
know, take it or leave it. If I were you, this is how I would do it," and blah blah blah
I
blah
get.
blah. And then he might
Yeah.
even try it your way.
I try it every once in a while, but when he does something I've told him about, I'll be like, "Hey, you see how you did X, Y, and Z, and it didn't take long? Yeah, that's what I've been telling you, bro. Follow my
Don't
lead.
say that. Don't say that, because again,
I
you
can't
don't.
say follow my lead, bro.
Don't
Follow
say that.
me.
I've been telling you, nobody likes to hear "I told you so." Nobody
It's not I
likes
told
to
you
hear
so.
that.
It's more so like, look, I've been trying to drive that into you,
But
and I'm
that's what
glad
they're
that you
hearing.
picked it up.
That's what they're hearing. They're hearing "I
Oh,
told you so," and then they're like, "You know what? Forget what Dad got to say. I ain't gonna do it like that again." Because it's like they want to feel a sense of independence. Especially you guys are men. He's gonna challenge you. Men
fact.
are gonna challenge each other. So that about your son. You know that he has a big ego. You have to let him feel like he's winning.
You gotta stroke that ego.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait. Okay, so boom. If you want to win over here, you gotta earn it. Ain't nothing given. Okay,
Absolutely.
like one of my proudest moments is when this little guy beat me in Madden. Okay. Now it's a thing we have. Every holiday, we have a holiday game in Madden. Okay. The latest year that we got to get that Madden game. You got to see me. And it's a minimum of 3 games. Okay. I win one, he win one, and this is the tiebreaker, and this is for bragging rights. Okay. Now, he finally got a game where I just can't beat him. I won't even pick up the sticks. Nope, you got it. You got that one. All right. And that's that NBA 2K. I won't, because the last time I played him, he demolished me. And there was no remorse. And I never felt
don't know how to lose.
I never felt proud as a father when he got that win in spectacular fashion.
I love it.
Because I would have done it to him.
Yeah.
So, but I also know when he play games with other people, you got to have thick skin because the things I say to him while we're playing the game, okay, there is no remorse. And you can't talk if you're losing. How you trash talking you down by 14, dog? And this is just the first half. I haven't made it to the second half. Shh.
Well, I think that you're doing a phenomenal job, regardless, with your son. You're in his life. You spend time with him. You teach him. You talk to him. You instruct him. You show him, and that's definitely to be admired, especially in our community, because you don't see a lot of that. You don't see a lot of "I'm gonna pick you up. I don't care what the baby mama got going on," So I really applaud you for that. Just being a stand-up father for your son.
Yes, love it.
I see that, but I also see a lot of kids whose dads don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
And which is why I also see why a lot of kids in the school will gravitate towards me because I'm going to give them the best advice I can. I ain't going to tell you nothing wrong. One, and two, when you're doing good, I'm going to support you.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you see yourself working with children in your future, like on a greater scale?
To a certain degree, at some point in time, I might try and move in to be a dean at some point in time, go back and get my bachelor's to finish up so I can be like, I'm qualified, put me in the game, coach. But
hey, you might not have to go through all of that.
That's true. They might have some training they can put me on. They can really put me on.
It's
but
really
also,
about the door. I mean, it really does not matter about your degrees these days, because I've gone into many doors that I probably shouldn't even be in, and I'm not qualified by paper to be in them doors. So yeah, I would don't know.
I would go into being like a counselor or a dean to have certain access to resources. But I also feel due to my position, kids feel more comfortable talking to me because I'm not that teacher. I'm not the dean. Yes, I'm part of the admin team, but they don't always see me as a threat. But I will say this though, a lot of girls do see me as like that stepdaddy uncle when I come through. Like, you know how girls be when they got their ratchet music playing, all shaking and all this other stuff. But as soon as I hit the door, they all, hey.
Right. Good.
Yeah, cut all that out. Okay. Not here.
Because I'm gonna tell you about
that for the dance.
Right.
Say that for the dance. Okay. Y'all in the dance don't really care. Y'all out here. No, we will not have no Tatianas in my hallways. Okay. No thought pockets over here.
I love that for you. I love that. Yeah.
So one day, yes, I do think I might move out of the facilities into that position so that way I can help guide and point kids in the right direction.
I could totally see you being a mentor of some sort, whether it be for sports or something. I can see you definitely being like a motivator.
That is part of my repertoire, because I got this little middle school dude and I told him, like, because I'm cool with the assistant principal, she needed my help. I said, hey, bro, you messed up because you got put on my radar. And they obviously like you. So they wouldn't have asked me to speak to you if they wasn't rocking with you.
Right.
So every time I see you in a hallway when you ain't supposed, I'm pressing you. Okay. I'm pressing you to be better. I'm pressing you to make better emotional management decisions. That's something I've been working on myself on. And that's something I've been trying to instill in my son, that you have to make better emotional decisions. Because when you act out of emotion, you're really acting irrational. When you're acting irrational, you can make mistakes.
Right.
And some mistakes you can't come back.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Well, whatever you decide to do, even if you stay where you're at, it's you're being a light to kids, just people, period. But yeah, the kids that they really need that. No
Yeah.
matter where it comes from or what part you play. Everybody has their part that they play.
And you seem like good stepdaddy material too.
I got my stepdaddy license.
Winning,
I'm
okay.
legit. Stepdaddy license. I'm legit out here.
Stepdaddy is winning, baby.
We're gonna leave with this last question. How did this situation, your divorce and everything, change the way that you approach relationships now?
Ooh, okay. So boom. It'll definitely let me know how much I depended on her. Okay. She was the cook. She was my secretary. She was my personal hype man, all that at times. So, but it also made me realize certain things that I would have to change. I would have to change holding in my emotions to a certain extent, but I now have the verbiage to explain why I feel the way that I feel. I now have the verbiage to tell them, hey, I'm really pissed off with you right now.
Right.
So I'm not ready to talk to you because I'm angry. I need a little bit of time. Okay. And you can't force me to talk because it's going to make me resent you because you're not hearing what I'm saying, that I need some personal time.
Yeah.
Okay. And also, just because I'm not saying something to you, it's not that I'm mad at you. I might have just for one moment been able to shut my entire brain off and not think or stress about anything.
Mm-hmm.
To be able to have a moments of silence. It definitely let me know that I have to have real conversations to find out what it is they really want and expect of me and what it is I really expect of them.
Yeah.
And be able to have those conversations to find out, am I going to be willing to compromise? And what will I be willing to compromise for? Also, what I got to be able to negotiate. Because, fun fact, as you can see, hey, I'm a Cowboy fan. So I'm going to need her to understand that if I'm watching the Cowboy game, I am not moving. I am not talking to you until commercial. I don't care about what you're feeling, what's going on, what's happening. Okay.
So that tells me future wifey needs to be a Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
She don't have to be she don't even gotta like sports.
There's a lot of women that love sports.
Yeah.
That's awesome. But it also might be a conflict of interest, because what if she's an Eagles fan? Okay, say she's an Eagles fan. Are we really going to be nice?
You can have little banter, cute banter.
Nah, not with football, because I'm petty.
There ain't no cuteness going on with no sports.
Too petty. Okay, nah. Because I
think that those differences, if you are healthy with your communication, I think that would actually bring you guys closer together.
It's fun. Relationship.
It's like, so your team playing, all right. You guys can make it fun for each other. I mean, you can have little bets, and cute little bets,
Because I'm too petty.
If your team win, you gotta. And if your team win, you gotta,
Nah, because certain fan bases, she's not gonna give me that satisfaction that I won. She's not.
Don't say that. You gotta manifest this woman in your life. The woman that you're calling in is gonna have all these qualities that you seek and desire. And
she's got to be able to handle the fact that I'm petty. Okay, you've heard the things that come out of my mouth.
Yes.
Okay. It's been some wild things. Okay, you actually see me in public say some wild things, right? She's got to be able to corral that, not control it, corral that in. Okay. I need somebody who can help corral my personality. You can't control it. Don't try and control it. Okay. So once you try and control it, I'm going to do the opposite. What you say on purpose just to prove a point. You can't control me.
Very shit.
Right. So it really couldn't be. You can't date no Capricorn because Capricorns are. They will. Yeah.
They're a good time. Let me tell you.
Yes. They're a good time.
Real good time.
Sounds like you need to go into some sports bars to watch the games during the season. You know,
I'm a start. I'm depending on what team she is and what level of fan she is, because that varies in. Because she's more delusional than me as a Cowboys fan. Ooh, that might be a red flag. Okay, that might be a red flag. And what I also learned, this because we talked about this ending. Stop treating red flags like Six Flags.
Right.
Okay?
Yes.
Stop treating red flags like Six Flags.
That's exactly what I did in my last relationship. That's what it means. Is just look above. You think that the red flag is like, oh, okay, that's a green light. You know, like you got to stand on business. When you see that red flag, you got to stand on business for real.
All right. So yes. So it was a couple conversations where I was like, my toxic trait is I like toxic women. Right? Damn good time. So I have to scale back the level of toxic I'm willing to accept from a woman, because even though it's gonna be a good time, don't get me wrong, it's gonna be a good time while I'm experienced. The consequences and repercussions of after that good time, I'm gonna have to live with.
Right.
And I'm at my big age. I need to stop chasing after toxic women.
Please.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It's not okay for me to keep chasing toxic women. But if one or two come my way, though, hey,
you silly. Well, y'all see what he like, y'all. Just don't do my man too bad. Don't do it too bad. He's a good guy. And
look, I'm an Aries. You got to be built for tough. I'll stress you out.
Okay?
Right. This is the truth. My husband is an Aries, so
look, but
we make it work.
I mean, like, I'm a little toxic over here, but you're gonna love it. In the words of Kevin Gates. But if it don't work out, at least I'll, put you on a path to find your own forever home. Okay, I will help make sure you're good. Okay, it's the least I can do. Take these notes and go do some improvement.
Right? Well, yes. We had a fun conversation. You too much.
I know.
You way too much. I'm done with you.
This is why we couldn't sit next to each other in class.
Yeah. Stop.
Okay. I'm serious. I'll make up my serious face. I'm ready.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. No Chill, you were great. I love our conversations. We always have a great conversation every time we talk, and we definitely don't want this to be your last appearance on Goat Talk. So we'll definitely be following up with you later on down the road. Maybe you find some love by then. Maybe we can find you a girlfriend or something.
We're gonna do a date connection.
Yeah, we could do that. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
All right. Well, until then, you guys have a great day, and thank you for tuning in. We'll check with you on another time. Peace.